making their lives hell for a good 6 months. On the other hand, I was a member of the peace delegation, so by rights, they shouldn't have even looked at me sideways. And then it hit me why Radzig was there. Colleen is a royal city, so he was there to represent the king's interests.
I see. So he was on the other side.
That's right. Anyway, they threw me in a dungeon, and a few days later word reached me that the Schallenbergs had reached an agreement with the burghers. Only part of the deal was they would give them my head. And I'd surely have ended my days swinging from the town battlements if it hadn't been for Radzig. He liked me, and he could see it was a dirty trick, so he somehow squared things with the city council.
Lucky for you.
Indeed. I owe my life to Radzig, and I'll never forget it. He's asked me twice before for help. This is the third time, and how could I refuse him?
That
I'd
merry
like to
band
ask
of you.
about your men.
Ask away.
This is a merry band of Dangler?
What about the fellow they call Dangler?
I've never ridden with a better man, I can tell you. He doesn't say a lot, but for that, he listens all the better. Nothing escapes him.
So he scouts for you?
Not just that. It's happened more than once. I was closing a deal with someone, and Dangler told me after that he didn't like the smell of the fellow nearly every time he was right, and the fellow tried to stab me in the back afterwards.
Well, that's either superstition or he's very good at spying. Either way, very good indeed.
Those Behrman brothers are quite a pair.
Indeed they are. There's no more mercy in them than in, well, a bear. If I told them to skewer you on the spot, they'd do it, without batting an eyelid.
Jesus.
Oh, aye. They'd argue first about which one of them got to do the job. But they're as obedient as a huntsman's dogs. Real soldiers, the pair of them. Reliable, as long as they don't get too drunk. Then there's no keeping them under control. But nobody's perfect.
Dumb, loyal henchman. That is something everyone want to have. A dumb boy who just do what you ask them, and at least had a smart enough to do it correctly. Well, at least do it almost correctly. You can't be all perfect.
What can you tell me about Stefan?
Fletching? For one thing, he's a very resourceful fellow.
How did he come to join your band?
Well, let's just say he was in the right place at the right time. You'll find he has quite a knack for that.
What exactly happened?
Sorry, I'd love to tell you the whole story, but I'd be betraying his trust.
Oh, now you've got me curious. Maybe I should ask him myself.
Sure, why not? Our Fletch does love to converse.
What about that dumb one? How did he end up with you?
The stone? Oh, he just kind of tagged along.
Just like that?
Aye, just like that. We were riding from Olomouc to a castle past Kladsko, when we ran into him and some other wayfarers camping along the way. You know how it goes. We made acquaintance with them, had a drink or two. Then we travelled on together. After all, there's safety in numbers.
I'm not sure
As for
I'd be
me.
thinking that if I ran into you lot on the road.
We might have done some things I ain't proud of, but wayfarers are sacred even for me.
Oh,
Anyway, our fellow travellers dropped off along the way. One in Mohelnitz, one in Schoenberg, and the rest in Kladsko. Except for the stone. He stuck with us the whole way. The fellas kept asking him what he was after, but of course he never said a word. When we were approaching Barsdorf, I ordered the men to get rid of him. I had some business at the castle, and I didn't want any strangers sticking their noses in. Stefan tried to tell him nicely, but he just sat there, staring like he was turned to stone. That's when we gave him the name. Then the Behrman brothers tried to get him off his horse. He booted Jan in the face and knocked him out cold. Then he jumped down and felled Petter with one punch. A man who can do that is a man you want on your side. So we kept him.
Weren't you worried about having a stranger in your band? Especially one who didn't talk.
No, I figured if he can't talk, he can't tell. Besides, I've had worse.
I mean, to beat 2 men with a boot to the face and a pot and a jaw and was it a haymaker? That is
What about Jakey?
that is very nice.
Jakey, that boy will be the death of me. You've got to be tough on him, or he's good for nothing. But I'm fond of him, in a way.
Like a son?
No,
I wouldn't go that far. But I've no family of my own. And unlike those other cutthroats, he seems to me like a good lad.
Well, you're pretty hard on him, though. And the others keep him on his toes, too.
The boy needs a firm hand. I was like him once, and I got the same too. If we let him be, we'd end up with a third bear man. And who'd want that?
True. 2 is more than enough.
alrighty. I'm not gonna steal anything from them. They seem like good people.
Should we ride out?
Aye, we ought to set out on patrol about now. Hope you've got your kit ready and whatnot. I'd like to head to the north. Is there anything interesting that way?
North of here, Samapesh and Merhoyed are that way, and Talmberg is a bit further on. There's stables in Merhoyed.
I wouldn't mind paying a visit to those stables. We can go through there.
And from there?
From there, we'll follow our noses. Something interesting is sure to turn up. I feel it in my bones. Mount up and let's go.
Sure. Chief.
Bad blood. Oh, that sounds bad. What can happen? Oh, I don't know what can happen there. Man, a band of brothers. Band of Brother. Band of Brother is a bad game, by the way. No, wait. Is it Battle Brother or Band of Brother? No, Band of Brother is like a 3D medieval XCOM, while Battle Brother, I think, is like not a 3D. Is just a full-on one have full-on figure. Well, Battle Brother and what is it? Battle Brother and yep.
What a fine day, eh, brother?
Indeed, brother.
You know what I like best about days like this, Jan?
The scent of chamomile wafting from the hillsides.
Among other things.
Like the rounded hills, rising, purtling, all soft and pink in the sunlight.
And the fertile valley below, spreading wide and inviting.
Dew glistening in a mossy hollow.
The sweet aroma of honey in the air.
The sturdy poplar, standing tall and erect.
Aye, it reminds me of that day. That day when the two of us fucked Fletcher's ma.
Very droll. You'd make a stuffed bird laugh.
Your ma's a stuffed bird.
Oh, the
I stuffed her
disrespect.
myself.
Oh, the disrespect.
I can't smell any chamomile.
Well, men, how are things?
May I?
Yes, Fletch?
How shall I put it? I'm a little concerned about the prospects in these parts, Chief.
Oh?
I'm
How's
smelling
I've
trouble.
been looking around, and if you'll pardon me, it seems to me that we've been stuck for a long time in the arsehole of beyond.
It's not Paris, France, I'll grant you.
What I mean to say is, I haven't got any new kit or arrows since the day Jakey joined us. It makes me uneasy, Chief.
I see. What about the rest of you?
I don't know what Fletcher's moaning about. There's plenty of booze and loose wenches nearby.
Not to mention fools in the taverns who don't know when to stop rolling those dice.
Dangler?
It's the arsehole of beyond everywhere we go. And it always makes me uneasy.
Jakey?
Fletch can complain. I was supposed to get a suit of armor, and all I got was a shitty kettle hat.
Sorry, but they don't do hauberks in girl sizes.
Oh? Well, how did you get yours then?
All right, I appreciate your honesty, lads. Don't worry, there will be plunder. We're here to fight, and to the victor the spoils. That's how it's always been. But no purse of silver will shed blood for you on the battlefield. That's what this company is for. And I hope you never forget the golden rule. You can joke all you want, moan all you want, but nothing will will keep your skins in one piece better than trusting your leader, who you choose by your own free will. So don't ever forget that.
Amen.
Let's go! Behind me, and keep your eyes peeled.
Yep. Alrighty. Hopefully, I don't. Let's see. Unfortunately, I cannot just. I need to press and unpress the shift key.
What do you think we can expect this time, fellas?
Groschen, hidden in a piss pot under the bed. A nice chunk of beef. No one there will be eating.
On account of it, just fall out
black
through the
smoke.
holes
You
in
know what
their
I mean?
bellies,
Bandit.
brother?
My mouth is already watering, brother, and I ain't even touched a purse yet.
Once you get your hands on some loot, I'll be happy to play you for your hard-earned groschen.
Yeah.
Back to the camp.
Poor old Fletch. Never gets to see the action from close up.
What about you, Dangler? What do you expect to find?
Utility in human suffering, like always.
Always full of good cheer, eh, Dangler? Why don't you take a leaf out of Stone's book? Shut the fuck up.
Jesus, I wish you'd all shut the fuck up.
Alrighty. Search the doing
Keep your
thing.
eyes peeled, though. There might be someone hiding out here still. Look for clues and question the survivors, if there are any.
We searching, search. Looky, looky. Up. We me looky, look. Sound. Inspect.
Still smouldering. Whoever torched it can't have got very far.
Looky, looky. Looky, looky. Oh,
Looks like it happened fast.
they come from this way then, because that's where the arrow is pointing.
God almighty.
Are you a Stone, are you a Templar?
You weren't even armed.
Alright. Ransack. The house is ransacked. No point in looking.
No signs of resistance. They simply slaughtered them like animals.
Why are they here? Looking for thing. What is? Dagger. Shield. Is this a good shield?
Kuno will want to know about this.
Shield. House of Soul Shield. A 12-pointed star. Wait. Can I get... No. Getting the thing will not decrease my damage. Tell Kuno what you discover and expect.
Poor wretch.
Are you protecting someone? Yeah. Alright, what do we have? Trying to find traces of attacker. Traces? Not here. Traces. How do I find traces? Oh, right. Letter. Quest item. Message. Message. Devoid of Christian moral, I accuse you of abandoning order. Signed by Sir Hagen Zoll. Huh? Wash it myself.
Half of these corpses have hairy backs, including the women.
John Bacon.
You found anything interesting?
Fuck all. They cleaned him out good and proper. But one fella was still alive.
Huh? What happened?
And what did you do with him?
Don't you worry. I seen plenty of wounded fellas.
I see.
Oh.
And did he tell you anything?
He mumbled.
Zool?
Me neither.
Ow. Oh, I did not. Well, I could have healed him at least. Zoe. Alright, so Zoe is fine.
Jesus Christ, what a massacre.
Well, unfortunate. Who know? Lead and
I
shield.
found this shield in a shed along with a letter. Seems like someone left us a message.
Show me that. I know that crest. It's the House of Zool. A dangerous lot, God's truth. I don't think we'll find anything else here. We'll stay here a while, just in case. And you should go and report to Radzig what happened.
What do you
What do
know
you know
about
about
them?
these Zools?
A family of impoverished nobles. They fought in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia. But what they're after in Bohemia, I've no idea.
I like you looking this raider. Hey, go right away.
I'll ride out right away.
Go! Ride like the devil! If they openly left a message like that, then I reckon there's trouble on the horizon.
Yeah, they're looting corpses, who cares? They are mercenary, they have no moral. What are you talking about? Let's go. Doop doop doo. Press it. Alright, let's go. It's gonna be a few hours. I don't like this map because of how many rivers there are and why and how I cannot just go through them. But anyway. I feel like I need some to water for some reason. Anyway. You. Man, I should have done that quest when he introduced it to me, but then again, I had never been a smart boy.
Good to see you, lad. Sir Hanush told me you're on his turn.
Alrighty, bad news,
Sir,
sir.
I'm afraid I have some bad news. We came across a burnt-out farm near Merhoyed.
Christ! It seems Pribyslavitz wasn't the end of it.
Now, this is something else, sir. We found a shield there with a crest. A tricolour star on a blue field.
Uh-oh.
I know that coat of arms, unfortunately. It's the House of Zool.
There was a letter there, too.
Show it to me. Although I think I already know what it will say.
Here you are, sir.
Unscrupulous beast. Cruelty and malevolence. I challenge you to face me in a duel. Defend your honor. Antinomious wretch. Well, that's nice. Signed, Hagen Zool. As I expected, old grievances coming back to haunt me.
Hagen want to fight you? What is...
This Sir Hagen wants to challenge you to a duel.
Apparently
like,
he still hopes I
execution.
will agree to this kind of outmoded solution to disputes.
Surely you can't refuse a
duel is
challenge
just
to a duel.
better way.
What about your honour?
Henry, my boy, honor is a splendid thing, and it should be held in high regard. But in time, you'll learn that some matters are not so straightforward.
I know about
Like
this one
this
taking
one?
on Bandit Camp.
Yes, like this one. The only reason Hagen is challenging me now is that he has a marked advantage. I've served as the royal hetman for the last 15 years and become a courtier. Hagen, meanwhile, was fighting in the Margraviate Wars in Moravia and elsewhere as a mercenary. Which of us do you think would win a duel? That's not honor, but an abuse of honor. Commonplace opportunism. I don't blame him for trying, but I'm not such a fool as to play by his rules.
What's your dispute?
What happened between you and Sir Hagen?
That's a long story.
I'd like to hear the whole
I'd like
story.
to hear the whole story, sir.
Yay, story
If you
time.
wouldn't mind.
Very well. It began in the first year of King Wenceslas's reign. He sent me to resolve a dispute between the Zuuls and a neighbouring house. It concerned land boundaries. The Zuuls had refused to accept the ruling of the land court. His Majesty's position was a little shaky after his coronation.
He did not show up at
So
his
a decision was
coronation.
made in the royal court to take radical action against any dissent in the kingdom. Since the Zuul family was defying the king, we were obliged to punish them. Harshly, as the circumstances demanded. The head of the family, Hagen's father, was hanged, their castle razed to the ground and their property confiscated.
Ouch.
So, they're out for vengeance. But you acted according to the law.
Sometimes
Would
the
it were
law
that simple,
simple,
lad. I was young and didn't realize the repercussions it would bring. For one thing, the king didn't use it to strengthen his position. On the contrary, he took less and less interest in such affairs.
How come?
Because he realized things would eventually sort themselves out. He promoted me to royal hetman, leaving him to pursue other interests. Secondly, my actions essentially created another band of robbers. When you strip a nobleman of his property, you can't expect him to take to begging. And thirdly, I wasn't aware at the time that the other party to the dispute was distantly related to me. Naturally, that made it look like I was acting in self-interest. If I'd known what I know today, I'd have been a lot more circumspect.
Well, to be fair, 90% of the royalty are in some way relative, in some way connected with each other through a bloodline, because of how it worked back in the olden days. Back in the olden day, word mean absolutely little. Only the tide of blood may strengthen a bond between the two houses that are previous at war. And sometimes the head, let's see, the head of the heir of the royal house will be sent to their victor, the one who have a dispute with, which in this case a stronger side, as hostage, in case the house decides to ever go rogue and decide to distance themselves, to defy their ruling houses. That's not what happened. Alright.
Well, what are we going to do about this?
You and Kuno's band will just have to deal with Hagen and prevent further mayhem. The longer he's marauding around these parts, the greater the chances that I'll finally have to succumb to his conditions.
So you'd fight him, if it came to that?
Let's hope it doesn't come to that. But maybe there's something else behind this challenge. Maybe it's coin he's after. Who knows?
All right. We'll deal with him, sir.
I'm sure you will, Henry.
Alrighty. Hagen?
I'd like to ask something about this.
Sure.
Alright.
See you later.
Oh, that's what bad blood mean. Why did it give me meet Kuno at encampment? Encampment? What encampment? Oh, nice. Let's get through the water. Water, my greatest weakness. I do not. Do not look at the low poly everything. Don't ruin your eye with that filthy thing. Alright, let's go take a shower. Why? Because I have not been shaking shower for so... There should be... I was saying there should be a water wench nearby. Now let's see.
My humble greeting.
Alright. Bathhouse.
I'd like...
So what?
Laundered, my late, pay
God
these.
bless.
I am basically pay. Now that I recontextualize the money, I am basically paying for one apple for to be bathed like a nobleman.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fair trade. Now, the trade between. Ooh, what am I? The trade between what? Yeah, the trade. The trade of food between the Battle Brother and in the Battle Brother is not that fair. Like, what am I talking about? Like, say this: a sack of grain. A sack of grain.
Yeah.
Is so expensive. You can use the money to buy that sack of grain for a sword. For let's see, a low tier armor. Low tier piece of armor. That is what I'm talking about. It is it is head scratching why they decide to make it do that. And in my opinion, those game is just frustration simulator. Really. Not a real game. It's just frustrate you, you know, and when let's see, what is it? And when the tagline say defeat is the yada yada blah blah blah. Let's see. Defeat is the something or the other. No. Yep. Heavy shoe. Oh, nice heavy shoe. Hello? Wait, what happened? Ban meet with Kuno Indian encampment. Am I supposed to meet him here? He's not here. Well, since he's not here, I think they are still coming back. Crushing. Ravenbeak? An ornamental warhammer, Ravenbeak. The piece armor. It can take a lot of tough treatment. Ooh. Alright, let's try this weapon out. Ravenbeak 13 strength versus the Bailey with 10. 30, the same amount of. I don't know what to differentiate. Meh. Yep. Hello? I do not care about money. Is it smart to do it right here? Nope. I'm not seeing that boy. Any other container I can sleep and save? Yeah. Alright, 12 hours sleep. Good enough for Henry. Alright, let's talk to Kuno. See what Kuno's. Hey, Kunos. Here, brother. Tell me something
about yourself.
Oh, I should talk to him.
What do you want to know?
How
did you and Jan end up with Kuno?
Me and my brother been riding with Coinmen since we was little.
Coinman?
This was just another mercenary band for us. But Kuno seemed like a decent kind of fellow who'd treat us fair.
What do you think about this business with Hagen Zul?
Well, I'm worried Kuno is underestimating Hagen. I was at the siege of Lansenbach with the both of them, so I know a thing or two about it. Hagen's got all these noble airs and graces. These knights that talk of honor and glory. Kuno reckons they're like lost lambs on the battlefield, and he's usually right. But that Hagen ain't no lamb. He's a cold-blooded killer, by all accounts.
When everyone expect you to be honorable, and then you showed up with 10 guys with bow and arrows, and you just standing there in a distance as the 10 guys shoot you down with steel with barbed tip arrows. That is one of the better memento mori, in my opinion.
What is it,